What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Poke Office. My name is Colin. Today's video is all about Evolving Skies because it just seems to be right at the heart of everything going on in the Pokemon investing world, in the Pokemon markets. They've been absolutely exploding with lots of talk about buyouts and market manipulation and all sorts of different stuff. So we're going to take a look at some of the sealed product of Evolving Skies, some of the major singles, like basically all the alt arts of Evolving Skies, and we're going to take a look at their 3-month graph as well as their 12-month graph because I think you're going to be surprised at some of them, just the way that Pokemon has been going over the last year or so. Kind of crazy, actually. Before we do, want to let you know that I hit 10,000 subscribers this week. Thank you all so much. The 10,000 subscriber celebration live stream happening April 26th. That's a Friday at 4 p.m. Hopefully you can make it. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to do lots of giveaways, lots of extra bonus stuff, and there's going to be some sick packs, which we're going to be ripping and shipping. So it's going to be Cosmic Eclipse, Unified Minds, Fusion Strike, Chilling Rain. There might be some Evolving Skies there too. There's definitely an Evolving Skies giveaway. Some of the giveaways include PSA graded slabs, the Combined Powers Premium Collection box, and for members of the YouTube channel, you can enter to win an Evolving Skies Elite Trainer box along with the tin, one of those like Costco 2-packs that came out about a year-ish ago. So in order to be entered to win that, you got to be a member. The other two, plus other giveaways, you got to show up, be subscribed, hit the like button, leave a comment. Thank you all so much. Let's get to this data on Evolving Skies, really the biggest set out of Sword and Shield. All right, check it out. We got the Evolving Skies booster box. Everyone, if you've been following Pokemon investing whatsoever, you know that this is the next top dog coming up. We got the Evolving Skies booster box going for currently $686.16. So a staggering 44.8% over the last 3 months. 3 months ago, you literally could buy this box for $475. And legitimately, like 3 to 4 months ago, I did it. I bought it for 500 Canadian dollars each, and I bought a case of it. So I got it like for a really good price, and now it is just absolutely skyrocketed. Elite Trainer boxes, not doing as good as the booster boxes or even the packs. This Elite Trainer box, this is the Sylveon, Glaceon, Vaporeon, Espeon variant, kind of just staying stagnant. It had actually dropped a little bit 3 months ago, and then it's come right back up, currently at $96.35 in the market. This one, the Leafeon, Jolteon, Flareon, Umbreon, a little bit more popular at $102.68 where it currently sits, but it's actually down 14.8% over the last 3 months. Okay, the Sleeve Booster Pack up 30%. to $15, so a nice gain over the last 3 months for sure. And then just the regular loose pack, $10.64, so it has eclipsed $10 over the last 3 months, which is quite crazy. It's getting really expensive, and it's hard to find, honestly. Okay, so before we get into the singles, here's what I want you to take note of. Like I said in the introduction, we're looking at the 3-month graph along with the 12-month graph. So what is actually changing? Okay, we're going to see tons of graphs that just have skyrocketed over the last couple weeks, really. Let's call it the last month. Big time gains on lots of these cards, but so many of these cards actually are just coming back up to their like previous high that was a year and a couple months ago. So just keep note of that. But then we'll also see some of the later ones, like the more popular Evolving Skies alternate arts that have actually just been cruising for a bruising on their way up. So here we go. Starting off with the Duraludon VMAX, this one up 8.2%. Look at that gain over the last couple weeks here. 1855 is where this one currently sits, but a year ago, this one actually was at $26.62. So it had a big slide, just like so much of the Pokemon market, kind of the last half of 2023 into the start of 2024. Really big downward trend in lots of the Pokemon markets, including this card, and hit a bottom of $13.99. So if you haven't paid attention to the channel for a while, I opened an Evolving Skies booster box not too long ago, actually got a VMAX alternate art card out of the booster box, and it was this one, and it was absolutely heartbreaking. I wanted to cry. Okay, next up we got the Noivern V, a really cool card. Never pulled this one, and an interesting graph as well. Started at $26.72, that was 3 months ago, hit a high of just under $30, and now it's back to $28.02. So a nice little gain over the last 3 months, nothing too crazy. If you look back over the last year, though, this card was a $33 or $34 card. dropped all the way down to $22. So now it's slowly starting to recover a little bit. Okay. Leafeon V. This one, a nice increase over the last month or so, and over the last 3 months, it's up 12.6%. Current market price is $62.02. However, if we look back a year ago, this card was actually above $60. $64.14 is where it was. So now when it's at $62.02, it's actually just basically coming back to where it was a year ago. So actually down 3.3%, but which is negligible, really. It's at the same place. So it had a nice little U-shaped dip throughout the year, and now it's back to where it started. Sylveon V started at $58.49. Now it's taken a nice big spike over the last couple weeks to $64.73. Overall, over the last 3 months, it's up 10.7%. If we look at the year-long graph, kind of similar. $62.57 is where it started. Hit that low of just under $50. That was in October 2023, and now has been gaining ever since. We'll see if this one continues its rise or not. Glaceon V, a nice little parabolic graph right there. Started at $56.48, up 15.4% over the last 3 months to $65.20. Let's take a look at the year-long graph of this one. It's getting right back to where it started. So lots of these, like especially the V alternate arts, started off up here, hit their lows midway through last year, kind of into October 2023, and now have been rebounding back, but it's about to flip the switch coming into the bigger cards out of Evolving Skies. Espeon V might be the same, $69.70 is where it started 3 months ago, now up to $76.64. A year ago, same thing, that U-shaped graph where it started off high, hit the low in October, and now back up to basically where it started, $76.64 currently at the market price. This one, the Rayquaza V, $97.58 is where it is in the marketplace, up 25.1%, and basically just a little bit above where it was a year ago. That U-shaped graph continues to come along. Okay, this is where it starts to get interesting. The Dragonite V has seen a really, really big rise. I think this is one of the ones that people are talking about, that there's clearly been some sort of buyout or market manipulation happening on this card, because I mean, I just don't think this card has ever seen growth like this. Currently $135, up 42.9% over the last 3 months. Over the last year, up 27%. It did hit that like peak there just above $115. That was in April 2023. Then all through the last half of 2023, it was in the basement at like $85 to $90 in that range. And now just over the last couple weeks, it's gone up to $135. Sylveon VMAX, we're into the really big cards of Evolving Skies now, and these are the ones that everyone loves to chase, which is what makes Evolving Skies so fun. It makes it one of the best sets ever. Okay, Sylveon VMAX started $133, now up to $153, 15.5% gain over the last 3 months. Let's look over the last year, and it is still a gain. Almost the same numbers, up 12.6%. Currently at $153.74. So this is where it starts. There's no looking back. Are these cards actually gaining this much? This is the question we need to be asking. Is this the time in the Pokemon market where Evolving Skies takes that next jump and never comes back down? Or is this just a market manipulation situation and these cards come back down to where they have been kind of stagnant over the last year? Glaceon VMAX, another big rise over the last month or two. Up 10.9% to $166.33 over the last year. Similar numbers, up 17.6%. A year ago, it was at $141, so it's up $25 over the last year. Not too shabby. Umbreon V, this one is a little bit distinct and a little unique because it just had that PokeRev incident, 3 weeks ago now, where he called this card, he liked this one better than the Umbreon VMAX alternate art. So there's some big market manipulation. I personally believe PokeRev is the GOAT. He is not a pumper or a market manipulator whatsoever. Like, that was just an off-the-cusp comment. That was like literally 3/4 of the way through his video. It was nothing, but people took it and ran with it. Currently, this one is almost doubled over the last 3 months, up to $179.76 over the last year. Similar numbers, but it actually has doubled. $179.76 is 106% more than $87.27. Absolutely crazy. Okay, Leafeon VMAX up 21.7% to $198 84, a big increase over the last couple weeks here. Over the last year, this card's still up 26%, so a big increase. 198.84 is where it's at. A year ago, it was at $157.82, and it hit that low in kind of October area of 143. So big gains on this one. Last two cards we're talking about, this Rayquaza VMAX making that play for the second most expensive card slot in Sword and Shield era, and it's currently winning, but not by much because that Gengar is making a play too. My goodness, we're not talking about that one today. But this card, 3 months ago, $241.67, now up 36.1% to $328.83. But this one, on the other hand, unlike some of the other VMAXs, this one was a big card early last year at $302.89. Then it hit that low of $238, so down like 25-ish%. I didn't do the math on that part, but now it's spiked right back up over the last month to $328.83. We could see this one rise again. Then, of course, it's the biggest card out of Sword and Shield, Umbreon VMAX, and big gains on this one. 3 months graph shows a 35.8% increase from $535 to $727.61. If we take a look at the year-long graph of this one, we got started at $637.37 last April. Now it hit that low in October, $491.50. You could buy this card for sub $500. Now not anymore, $727.61. Okay, so like I said in the presentation, the big question to be asked here is this the time where Evolving Skies actually reaches those new heights and hits a new level of plateau in terms of value for singles, in terms of value for sealed product? Or is it actually just market manipulation where these cards are going to come back down to earth? Honestly, here's my gut instinct, and I have no reason to think this other than it's just my gut instinct. I think these cards, especially the VMAX alternate art cards, are going to just hit a new high. Like, Evolving Skies is old. It's getting more and more expensive. And I just think the chase for that Umbreon VMAX, the chase for the Rayquaza VMAX, all the Evolution VMAX cards, I think the chase is actually really real. People just cannot seem to get enough of it. So I wouldn't be shocked whatsoever if these cards actually maintain these new highs. Maybe they'll come back down a little bit, but I think they're going to be higher than they were 3 months ago. So that's my take on it. Now we got to rip into some packs. Evolving Skies is getting hard to find. I don't have 10 packs of it, but I do have one of these Costco bundles right here. And there's 2 packs of Evolving Skies in here and a couple other packs. So that's what we're going to open today. All right, so here's the pack selection that this came with. 2 Silver Tempest, 2 Astral Radiance, 3 Astral Radiance, 1 Fusion Strike, 1 Evolving Skies. That's the hot ticket. And then I'm going to pad this with 3 Paradox Rift. Still searching for that Roaring Moon. We'll open Paradox Rift first, get the new stuff out of the way. Of course, we'll open Evolving Skies last. We got one shot at it. One shot. But honestly, it was probably a month and a half, 2 months ago that I pulled the Umbreon VMAX out of an Elite Trainer box. And I'm not upset about it. I'm not upset about it. It was one of the biggest bucket list items of my Pokemon journey to pull that card. It wasn't for me. It was for a member of the community. But my goodness, pulling that card was super fun. And it's just like, it's a goal to pull all the big cards. I've also pulled the Rayquaza VMAX twice out of Evolving Skies. I think the ones that I haven't pulled, I have never pulled the Leafeon VMAX alternate art. I've never pulled the Noivern. I've never pulled the Glaceon V. I think that's it. Something like that. So, ooh, Professor Turo's Scenario. Okay. But I've actually had, like, decent luck with Evolving Skies. Luckily for me, when I first started the channel, I've told the story before, but I started by buying, like, the 5-pack of Pokeballs from Costco. And each Pokeball had 1 Evolving Skies, 1 Fusion Strike, and 1 Chilling Reign. So I got to open up a decent amount of those type of sets. And so with that being said, I got to open up, like, I don't know. I opened up a lot of Evolving Skies, which was fun. The pull rates are just madly bad, but at the same time, when you open enough of it, you still do get pulls. Like, it's not like it's outrageously bad, but compared to what we've been used to out of Scarlet and Violet era so far, it's tough. And like lately, we've been opening up some Fusion Strike on the Poke Office live streams, and my goodness, that has been really tough as well. All right, we just struck out on Silver Tempest. That's okay. I've already pulled the Lugia from that one. Speaking of, the Lugia is also on absolute tear right now, value-wise. So there's a lot of cards in Sword and Shield era specifically that are really, really seeing the increases. So it's a weird time. A really good time if you own the cards already, and probably a problematic time if you don't own the cards already. So I don't know. It really depends. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, do you think these cards are going to maintain these gains, or are they going to come right back down to earth after whatever is happening finishes happening? All right. Well, so far this Costco tin has been total trash. Total trash. Still total trash. All right. We got one Fusion Strike. Maybe Evolving Skies will save us, or maybe it's just total trash all the way along. I mean, that's a good code card. I would take a Gengar in a heartbeat. I would. Or the Espeon. Or the Mew. I don't care. Or the code card, doesn't matter. Ouch. Alright, here's our shot. This is Evolving Skies. Evolving Skies. Come on. Come on. I don't think we got anything. I think this was a terrible decision. But it was still... Can you say fun if you don't pull anything? Oof, and a Tropius at bat. Alright, this is the only hit we got out of Paradox Rift. Wasn't even part of the Costco tin. Anyways, that's going to do it for me at the Poke Office. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about Evolving Skies and all that's happening in the Pokemon markets. Hope you enjoyed the video, and until my next one, peace!